Wow, this is crazy. It's literally like the end of October 24th, and it's 69 degrees and warming up. This weather is absolutely unbelievable. So way too windy for the novice tailwheel pilot to fly today. Kind of half joking, looking for an excuse to work on the plane. So I think I'm going to look at the wing root. Well, that's the wing root closeout. So this is the flap gap seal. And like I mentioned before, we bought the Aerosport ones, and I highly recommend that. These are like 3D printed out of some nylon. They're not cheap. I want to say $350. But the RANS ones are just like a little skin that sits on top, and it doesn't sit very well. Right, Sasha? Yeah. She's looking for crumbs for my donut here, or Danish. All right, so there's no instructions as usual. I didn't even find anything in here. I kind of went through it all, reminiscing about all the things I crossed off here that are done. The only thing I found was in the parts manual to basically put double-sided foam tape on the RANS one, and maybe a screw and a T-nut. So we'll take a look at these. I kind of preliminarily fit them up. I noticed there's a tiny little lip here that I think you can trim for a perfect fit. So let's give it a whirl, see what happens. All right, so we got lefty and righty right. A little flapper gap there. I had kind of stuck these on already once. All right, well, there you go. Looks like a perfect fit. I don't know how Jeff knew where I cut everything. Oh, I guess it's probably pretty standard. So that's a nice trim edge there. This butts up perfect height to this hold down strip. This overlaps it. I suppose you could cut that short, or I think I'm just going to keep the overlap. It doesn't feel like it's going up. I may round this little corner over in that corner just to match the rest of them. So this is what I was talking about. So there's, you know, a little bit of a gap here, but I think if I sand, oh sorry, I don't know if I'm aiming the camera the right way. If I sand the bottom half of this, like that lip there, to butt up against that perfectly. Looks a little bit long. I don't know if I sand the back. We'll see what the other side brings, but really excited. I think that's a really good fit. All right, so we're taking a look at some of this hardware here, trying to figure out what goes where. First problem is 12 pieces of 6/32 half-inch tapered screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm already missing one. Pretty sure those are the ones that go in here because there's 6 holes on each one. Not a big deal. I'm sure I can find one. 4 times 6/32 pan head, half-inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. 2 times pan heads, 5/8 length. Oh, 8/32. So 1, 2, got those. 1 times 6/32 3/4 inch length, which is this random one. That must be for sizing it up, including 1 nylon nut. Also for sizing it up, I assume. 6/32 nut plates, 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, got it. And then 2 of the 8. So all right, so the good news is I have 6/32 countersunk. The bad news is, as you can see, I don't know if I can hold it close enough, these are 100 degrees, so they're very slight countersunk. The ones I have are a lot steeper, so I guess the option would be that I can countersink this more, which I don't really want to do, so I might just ask Aerosports to send me some. Then I went to check this because I was going to run a tap through here, a 6/32 tap, just to put threads in it, because when you kind of force it into plastic, the first you know, couple of threads, it just kind of like burns them up until it grabs and forces its way through. Point of my story is that these actually feel like they're tapped already. Can't really tell, but it looks like there may be some threads in there, so that's a really nice touch. All right, this might be too easy to make a whole video out of, but I guess I want you to put a hole here, kind of line it up with those, put the, I don't know, one of those bolts in there and a nut, and then put a hole here, 8/32 nut plate to the fuselage, bolt it in, and then the cover goes on, and they want you to put a couple of nut plates here. That's what I was wondering what all the extra hardware was for, to bolt it to the wing root seal thingy here. I don't even think that's necessary, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to trim that a little bit on the bottom to, because see how it lifts up the skylight there? So I just want that to sit flush, and then I'll work on the trimming for like this area here. All right, just kind of looking for that perfect fit. So that's coming along really nice. I did Dremel this out a little bit. It's very like nylon-y type plastic to move it up because I had a gap here. I can also sand this down, maybe another 32nd or 16th to move that up. And I think I'm gonna notch this out so this just sits flush like the rest of it, because this is flush, that's flush, and then that will help that fit a little bit better up there. So it's getting there. All right, so after a bunch of nitty-gritty fine-tuning, these things fit really, really nice. I guess probably the biggest change I made is I had cut this out to match that, so it was like a dog leg, kind of like that, and then I just ended up slicing this straight up because it just lined up perfect. So, you know, before this kind of arches out here, and then I cut that out. I also rounded these corners off just to match the rest of the trim hardware, and now basically in line with these rivets, I drew this line, and I'm gonna just put it halfway and drill a hole. All right, this is going smooth as butter. Obviously it sits a little bit high here. The next thing I'm gonna look at is this 8/32 bolt that's gonna go in here. But watch what happens when I push on it. So I marked it here where I think it's supposed to be, and I'm hoping that once I put that nut plate in and it pulls it down. This is obviously dependent on how you sand those little grooves that are there. So if this one's longer, you know, it'll tilt it down. If that one's longer, it'll tilt it up. So just something to keep in mind. But I'll show you the top. I couldn't quite get rid of this gap here, but it's pretty minimal. I can open up the gap towards the top, I think, just fine to match it. So hey, put in a T-nut. So for now I just drilled a number 30 hole, put a Cleco there, 40 hole up here, put a Cleco in there, and pretty happy the way it sits. I think that pulling it in is going to be just fine. I'm kind of entertaining the idea of putting a second 8/32 one up in here to kind of minimize that gap. We got the gap on both sides, but let me put that one in first. So this gap here is really tight on this side. It's bigger on that side, and it's not these gap seals here. It's the distance that the flap is away from the fuselage. But then if you remember, I measured from that tip to that tip, and there was a discrepancy way back when, so I think I have to figure out a way to see if I can shave that a little bit for more clearance. As far as these bolts go, those two that they want in there, I don't think I need them, and I'll tell you why. If you remember, I put a little spacer here to help lift that up, so that is all really tight, so I'm not gonna put those in, but I do have to do something about that. All right, so that fixed that, and the way you do that is, see these little lips inside here? So as you sand those down, you can move it over. So I just basically, I had plenty of meat left back here, basically just sanded that down. So got a nice even gap now, matches the other side, and I'm good with that. Alrighty then, that concludes the Aerosport flap thingy intersection installation video. Obviously they still need to be painted. I did do an 8/32 screw here with a nylon washer underneath, just because that's what I use throughout the plane, so it keeps it uniform. And I'm looking at the time, it's 4 o'clock. Now we have time for a flight. Hopefully it's not too windy. So I was doing my run up, and I heard this kind of like smacking, almost like backfiring sound. And my seatbelt, just a little bit, was hanging out the door, going bang, 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 smack, crack, crack. So glad it wasn't the engine.